All right, guys. First off, give credit to the Chargers. It's a good team. They obviously did more in the game to win today than we did. In terms of how we played, look, I'm encouraged in the way the team fought. They continue to practice what we preach in terms of fighting to the end, playing for one another, finish what we started. However, ultimately, it wasn't good enough to have success today. We had a good week of preparation. We've got to make sure it transfers over and how we execute on the field. There were some opportunities we didn't take advantage of, and there were some situations we have to handle better, all three phases, to make sure we can get off the field, sustain on the field, and capitalize on field position when we get the chance. So, that being said, open to any questions you have.
Is this a case, too, where there's just a lot of guys making a mistake? Thinking of, like, Graham kicking out of bounds, Riley's punt, Saquon falling. I mean, is it hard to win when a lot of guys are all making mistakes?
Look, simply put, you've got to go out there and execute. So to answer your question in terms of making mistakes on the field, yeah, you can't afford, with how close every game is in this league and how fine a line is between success and, coming up short, to go out there and make mistakes. We got to make sure we do our best job coaching and we execute our best way as players. That's the reality of what you have to do to have success in this league. And there's too many opportunities out there today that we didn't take advantage of. There's plenty of things that we need to do better. There's plenty of opportunities within the game that, if we're able to capitalize on, we're in a different position.
Why do you think it's not carrying over to the field? You said, good week of preparation, but you don't see it carrying over. Why do you think that's the case?
We just got to keep on doing a good job, make sure we put all the players in the positions leading up, all right, through practice into the game, and then we got to take advantage when it comes our way in the game, making the plays, all right? There's a lot of things in terms of, execution and practice that does show up in the game. There's some things that, we've executed repeatedly that when we have the opportunity to execute it in the game, we have to go ahead and capitalize on it.
Joe, was there any thought to putting Jake in the game late?
We consider everything throughout the game. But, look, we're going to play, our players in the game based on how they practice, prepare, and who gives the best chance to have success.
Joe, in many games this year, even if your offense has struggled, your defense has kind of kept things a little more under wraps, and you've been able to stay in the game longer. Did you get a sense that, the defense just couldn't do that today?
Obviously, those guys made a lot of plays on us and extended a lot of drives. You saw in the second half, we were able to go ahead and stop the bleeding some, holding the field goals, forcing the punt. But it was a little bit too late at times. There were some times in the first half where they obviously capitalized. They made some big plays down the field, and they made plays in situations to go ahead and sustain drives and put themselves in position to have points at the end of that drive. So it's a good team that made plays, but, look, I expect our guys to come out there and make plays as well. So we got to make sure that we're going through this tape, correct everything we need to, but we got to get ready to go out there next week and capitalize on opportunities and execute.
Joe, it seemed coming out of Tucson that everyone had positive things to say about that experience. In that context, how surprised were you that you didn't get a better response coming out of a week like that?
It was a positive week. We actually had a really good week as a team. There's a lot of good prep work that happened there, a lot of good things, internally with the team. I was very encouraged and pleased how these guys worked throughout the week, how they handle themselves, conduct themselves. It was a good week of preparation. But obviously, it's all about how you carry the preparation over and execute for 60 minutes in the game. Well, we got to look at everything as a whole offensively. There's some things, obviously, the run game was moving a little bit better today. We got Saquon going and Book going a little bit, Eli going a little bit with the run game. The offensive line did some nice things. There's some things we have to clean up. Ultimately, if you're not making enough plays, you got to look at all 11 and coaching and make sure that we're doing the right things along the way and eliminate mistakes.
Joe, I know the next specialist this year in LA. Is Daniel going to see him before you guys leave?
Daniel will. He'll get an image tomorrow. All right. Now, I got to check with Ronnie in terms of exactly, when and where that's going to be, but he's going to go ahead and get out of here tonight and get another image. That may be back in Jersey. I got to talk with Ronnie, maybe back in Jersey or New York as well.
Wait, I'm sorry, you getting seen here? You said New York?
I got to check with Ronnie. I just got the update a minute ago in terms of him getting another image. Talking to a few players walking out. I'll get the details on when and where that's going to be. But I know he's getting an image in the next, day.
So you said your team is staying. Daniel is leaving. Is that correct?
I believe so. But again, Paul, there's a lot of things, I got to make sure I get all details in a second.
What are you going to do tonight? What are you and the team going to do tonight?
What am I going to do tonight? I'm going to go back to the hotel. Well, we'll see. These guys, a lot of times after games, we'll get together as a team. You're on the road right now. It's, some of the unique times of being on the road after a game. Guys will probably go get some dinner together, kind of kick back, get a little downtime, get back on a plane tomorrow, watch some film, get back, get ready to start working on Dallas next week. As coaches, we'll get back to the hotel, start watching tape, making corrections, and plowing forward.
Joe, when you go into a week and you prepare for this, one of the things I think would be at the top of the list is Herbert and his ability to launch the ball deep from different angles, be prepared on the back end. When they hit that play at the beginning of the first half, can you describe the emotions from a coaching perspective, the idea that you guys drilled that all week, and the fact that that play comes up to that spot, what are you thinking of that?
Well, like I said, there's a lot of things we prepared on this week that we had to carry from the practice preparation to the game execution. And guys did a good job pushing forward and working hard this week. That was something specifically, that exact move that you saw, the roll and throw back. We worked on that this week. So obviously we got to carry that over. We got to keep coaching it better, got to execute it better, and got to make sure we can make that play. But those big shots, those guys did a good job of making plays down the field.
Joe, you know the numbers, right? The last 2 minutes of halves, the team has been outscored 59-0. I mean, it's almost hard to believe. And it was very stark because you had the ball today. You were down the 41-yard line. You had the ball in positive territory to score. I mean, that whole last 2 minutes of the first half, how difficult was that then to go into halftime? Because that was, you gave up 7 points instead of scoring points.
Well, we put ourselves in a position that we should have capitalized on. We were able to get the field position, hold them defensively, get the ball back for the offense in a good field position. We weren't far off field goal range at that point right there. We had a couple plays in that drive that we need to make more out of, and you got to make those plays in those situations. And ultimately, we didn't do it. You come up short right there, you got to go ahead and fix it.
Joe, you're 4-9. This is going to be a losing season. How concerned are you about how this reflects on you and where the program is going overall?
Well, I'm the head coach. Everything in the program reflects on me, Jordan. I don't ever shy away from that. I don't make excuses, and I don't hide from that either. I'm not a finger pointer. I'm an excuse maker. I'm never going to try and deflect anything. Okay? In terms of the direction the program's going, look, there's a lot of things I see week after week with our players and where we're going that I'm encouraged in a lot of ways. And sometimes that's tough to see externally. But there's some key foundational pieces that are being put in place, and there's a lot of things we're making progress on pushing forward. My scope's always big picture. I told the team a second ago. I look every week, week to week. I'm very conscious of what's going on around the league, where we are within standings. But ultimately, my vision goes beyond that. Okay, I'm looking long-term for a lot of things. I talked about the first time I ever got in front of a microphone in front of you guys, I talked about putting the foundation together and pushing it and building it the right way. I've never talked about taking a shortcut or wanting immediate gratification. Now, we got to put a product on the field that everyone's proud of. I've said that a million times as well. I'm not going to shy from that. We got to put guys out there. We got to put them in the right position. We got to execute plays. We got to keep on finishing games. We have to have success. I'm not going to shy away from that either. It's production business. But in terms of the big scope of where we're going, internally you can see a lot of pieces being put together and a lot of things within the direction, the culture, and the foundation of the program that I've been fortunate enough to know what it's supposed to look like, and I can see the direction it's going, and I can see the foundation being poured and solidified, and we're going to get in the right direction.
You think ownership sees that as well? I'm sure you talk to them about it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. They're at practice every day. They're out there as well. But we also have to go out there and do a better job on the field.
So you talked about, you always think about long term, but there are 4 games left in the season. I mean, what reasons do you have to believe that it'll get better than it has been the last few weeks?
In what terms, Zach?
In terms of playing better over these last couple of games?
We'll keep on preparing the players. I expect the players to fight through these last games of the season the way they fought to finish the game today. That's what I expect to see. I expect to see them come to work. I expect them to be positive. I expect them to be good teammates. I expect them to take coaching. I expect them to make plays on the field. And as coaches, I expect guys to have the best plan prepared for their team, for their players, and put them in a position to be successful. We're going to finish everything, guys. That's what we're going to do. We ain't going to quit. We're not going to give up. We're not going to stop fighting. So I say all the time, when we watch the tape, the result and the scores are relevant. You're going to correct what you have to correct. You're going to build on what was positive. All right? At this point in the season, we have important games coming up. They're all important. They're all important. All right? Game 1 through 17, they're all important. So we're going to take advantage of every opportunity that we get as a team. Because the reality is you work the entire year round for truly 17 Sundays. It used to be 16, right? 17. And you have to earn the right to have extra Sundays beyond that. But you can't go and shortchange and think, oh, what are we doing now? Okay, we're getting stronger as a team. We're going to keep on pushing forward. Our focus is to be the best team every week we can be and be an improved team every week. That's where our focus is.
How much do you know about Leonard Williams' injury?
Not much, Pat. He's going to get not much. He's going to get an MRI. We'll see what that is. I know at one point, they tried to get him ready to come back in. We got the news that he was just going to be down. I talked to him briefly in the locker room afterwards. Obviously this is a game that, he wants to play in every game. He was making some plays for us early in the game. Losing a guy like Leonard, obviously you want to play with, him every time. So I know it hurts him beyond the pain of the injury, not being out there with his teammates. But we'll see where he's at, and hopefully it's, something that's, short term.
What did you think specifically of the throw that Herbert made at the end of late in that first half?
What I think specifically of it?
Yeah.
I ain't the first time we've seen it. This guy's a talented player, man. He's a very, very talented player. This is going to be one of the top quarterbacks in the league for a long time to play. He's big, he's athletic, he's got a strong arm, can make all the throws. I mean, you're not really surprised. You've got to be in position to make those plays. But in terms of, when you see it, we've already seen it on tape 1,000 times. This ain't the first time a guy's made that throw, even the last time he made that throw. And you can't let one play be the thing that defines your entire game against anybody. There's good players in every team in this league. They're going to make plays. We've got to make sure that, we go out there, we play the game the right way, and understand within the flow of it that there's going to be ups and downs. You got to keep on playing through the adversity of the game.
How was that week? How did that week play out?
Yeah, it was first time going through something like that, but felt good as the week progressed and was cleared, and was ready to go today from that standpoint.
Like, how much of last game did you not feel 100% last game?
I'm sure you guys saw the hit when it happened towards the end of the third quarter. I had kind of whiplash back. So from that point forward, things were a little fuzzy, but I was still with it. So.
Do you regret staying in, or?
No, I was with it and aware of what was going on, and felt that I could play one off to help our team win. So.
Did you have the wind knocked out of you on that one today where you completed the pass to Rudolph?
Yeah, I got they got me pretty good right in that as I was releasing the ball, got the wind knocked out.
How did you feel like you played today?
Not my best. Didn't feel like we were as effective as a pass offense as we need to be. Offensive line played well. One of the better pass rushing defenses in the league, and I believe we only gave up 1 sack. We ran the ball well, so starting with me, we needed to be more effective in the pass game.
Why has it been such a struggle, not just for you, for Daniel too, to get Kenny involved? I mean, you threw it many times today, but only 2 catches.
I think that's what we're trying to continue to get him more involved. Dating back to last week in the Dolphins game, I loved seeing the one-on-one matchup and kind of taking him on that back shoulder, and a couple times today as well. But I think obviously Kenny's a talented player, and that's on all of us. That's on quarterback, that's on Kenny, that's on the play caller. That we all need to do a better job, because he's an important piece of the offense. But definitely starts with myself and Daniel when he's out there.
Are you expecting Daniel to be back next week, or are you?
That's not a question for me.
We'll take 3 more.
The sequence at the end of the first half, when you guys had the ball in their territory, 1:40 to go, you had a chance to plow back into the contention there. I think you guys go 3 and out, then they score on the long pass. I mean, how discouraging was that going into?
Yeah, that was again. That's kind of disappointing for me, because we get the ball back in that situation. I don't know, 45-yard line or so. That's on us as an offense. We need to get points there, whether it's field goal or touchdown. It's got to be something. And to go 3 and out and get the ball back to them, and then the big play, that falls on me. That we need to make sure that in that situation we get points.
Without Jerry on the sideline, it looked like you guys were just basically as a quarterback group, and then Freddie. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I think Daniel and Jake really did a good job today, kind of taking on that role that Jerry normally does. Do we miss him? Of course. He provides great insight, and we would have loved to have him. I know he's as sick feeling about it as anyone. I'm sure it was absolutely killing him not to be there. But I thought DJ and Jake did a good job kind of filling in that role.
Last one.
What, as a quarterback, what's your reaction when you see Justin Herbert make that throw at the end of the first half?
I didn't see it. I was sitting on the bench, but I've seen plenty of him on film make some unbelievable throws, and I think you see that he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a long time, because there's just not many guys on this planet that can throw the ball like him. He's special, and he's a fun young quarterback to watch.
Saquon, there are 4 games left in the season. You guys are 4-9. How disappointed are you about where the season is at right now?
Obviously, we would like to have a winning record and be in a better position, but like you said, with 4 games left, we got to stick together and finish the season strong.
What did you think of the effort today overall? Not just how you guys, the effort you gave us, the overall performance.
I really don't know what the question is. Ask it again.
What do you think about how you guys played?
Obviously we lost the game, so at the end of the day, we got to go back, watch film, see what we could have done better. Obviously, there's plays out there that need to be made that we didn't make as a team. We just got to be better.
What do you think of how you played?
Got to go back, watch film before I just give myself an honest grade. Felt a little more explosive today, getting comfortable, getting a rock. But yeah, that's it. I'll go back and watch film and have an honest to be able to give myself a better answer.
Saquon, do you think there would be a better result coming off of, it was a pretty positive week, everybody seemed to think?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think we all will agree that we had a great week of preparation, great team bonding. But, it's NFL. That team came out, had a great game plan, and executed, and they got the job done. So hats off to them.
They've been a lower-ranked team in terms of stopping the run defensively most of the season. How did you find rushing against that defense today?
Yeah, I know coming into the week, everyone was saying where their ranking was in defense, and I said early in the week, it's NFL. They got some studs over there. Obviously, some of the guys were banged up and wasn't out there. But I think our O-line did a really good job. We were able to get the run game going between me, Book. But at the end of the day, we didn't get the job done.
Saquon, how difficult was it? You guys have the ball in their territory, the 41-yard line, with a minute and 40 to go, with a chance to, dig into their lead in the first half. You guys go 3 and out, and then they get the ball. Herbert throws the ball 60 yards. It's a tough turnaround going into halftime. That whole sequence there, is that tough?
Yeah, we got to be better in that sequence as a team. Play better complementary football as a team. That's kind of been the message and the theme all year. But at the end of the day, we went to halftime, said that's a 0-0 game. We got to come back, fight, show some effort, and then try to come out with a dub, and we didn't do that.
You guys have been outscored 59-0 in the last 2 minutes of the first half of games. You go into halftime a lot, having given up, a score and not scored. Do you sense that in these games, that you go into halftime, it's like, we just did something bad here?
No, I don't sense that.
Joe mentioned that he thought you guys had a good week of work, and then didn't sort of translate to the field, and that's something that kind of continually happening. Why do you think it's not translating to the field in games?
We just got to execute better.
How do you do that?
What's that?
How do you
Make plays when plays need to be made, and collectively come together as a group. What I mean by making plays as a group collectively. When the plays are there, whether it's myself, whether whoever it is, offense, defense, special teams, make the plays, and that's just the theme of the season, in my opinion.
Saquon, when your coach says hey, we're moving in the right direction long term, but then the short term results are bad. As a player, how do you react to that or think of that yourself?
Well, my mindset is obviously you got to look at its big picture. I believe we got the right pieces, whether it's coaching staff or players. We come in, we work our butt off. So it's an amazing group, and things just in the last couple of years have not been going our way. I don't really know the answer to that, why. Your thought process is you come in, you work, and you do the right things. Things are going to pay off, but at some point it's going to spin around, and when it does, it's going to be a great thing. But, at the end of the day, we got to go back, watch film, see what we could do better this week, and get ready for what we got next week. Get ready for Dallas.
You've spoken to Daniel on the early. What's he been like, and how optimistic is he that he's going to be, or are you that he's going to be back this year?
We don't have conversations about that, Jordan. That's not something we talk about. We're not really focusing on that. But if you want my opinion on Daniel Jones, I've said it multiple times. He's an amazing quarterback. He's an amazing leader. He comes in, he works, and I think at the end of the day, he's going to have the last laugh.
How did it feel to score a touchdown the same day as your brother got two himself?
It felt good. It's a good day for the both of us. A good day for our family. Just seeing us play football and enjoy the game.
Eli, when your coach talks about making progress, he says, like, I see the building blocks, we're laying a foundation. But then you're not getting wins, you're not getting short-term results. Is it hard to hear that as a player or believe that as a player if you're not getting wins and results?
I think when he says that, I think he means like glimpses of the game, like, a lot of good stuff that we do is really good, and then obviously the bad is just bad. But when he says that in our locker room, I think he pretty much mean that, like, when he sees good things throughout certain drives and certain moments throughout the game, with whether it's special teams, defense, or the offense.
Did you think the week away of practice, which everyone said they thought was good for the team, would result in help you guys with a better performance today?
Can you ask that again?
Did you think the week in Tucson, which everyone said was very beneficial to the team, would help produce a better result?
Well, the week of Tucson for me and the team, to me it was we all kind of just bonded well. We bonded well together. We enjoyed each other. We had a great time out there in in Tucson. Just I know for some guys we enjoy being back on the college campus. Getting that kind of atmosphere. I know I did. It kind of gave me a certain type of juice when I was back there. But I would just say it was more so the team bonding that we kind of enjoyed while we were in Tucson.
We'll take 3 more.
Why wasn't that able to translate to a better performance today? All that positivity that you had in Tucson, why wasn't it able? Why didn't we see any of that on the field?
I mean, just the NFL. I mean, they're good. I mean, the Chargers are a good team. I feel like we're a pretty good team, and they were just as better today. They made more plays. They executed better, and they played better than us today.
Is it strange to you when Saquon on 3rd and 2 doesn't get it when there's a hole, or slips and falls, and he's trying to come back? He hasn't been on the field a lot. Is it odd as a fellow running back and as a teammate to see him trying to get there but not quite?
I think just as far as what he's been through the last couple seasons, is injuries and stuff like that. He's human. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. I think he's all world. But at the same time, he's a human being, and he's the guy on the roster just like us, and he's not a robot. So, I understand what he's going through. I'm with him every day. So, he'll bounce back, be all right.
Is your family here for this game?
Yeah, my family's here. Yep.
So they were watching the Seahawks game, I guess.
Seahawks game, and then they. Yep, and then they pulled up right up over here. Yep.
Special day for them?
Oh yeah, it's a big special day. A couple touchdowns for us brothers, and they just kind of enjoyed seeing Rashad back out on the field again doing his thing.
Start with what happened on the long touchdown pass at the end of the half.
Yeah. 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, something like that. We're in a cover 2 high defense, pretty safe defense. I saw they had Guyton in the slot, speedster. Herbert's got one of the strongest arms in the league, ability to roll to his right and throw it across field. And it's an opportunity there. We practiced it. You saw it in practice. We prepared for it. There was an opportunity there for me to go, if someone's run down the middle, try to go steal it from the backside. We don't want him to get out the pocket there. And I felt like I had a good shot at it, about 50 yards, where I felt like the ball was going to go based on that play. And, that crow hop got an extra 10. And I felt like I just didn't track the ball well. And, he kind of threw it down the middle of our defense between me and Zay. And, it's just very frustrating. I'm frustrated myself. As a pro athlete, you have to make split-second decisions, and you get judged on them. And I didn't make the right one there. I'm frustrated for, my teammates. I'm frustrated for the coaches. We practiced that play. We were prepared for that play. And I just didn't make that play. And, that's on us. That's on the players there. That's on me. And very frustrating. But, the kid's got arm talent, and he ripped it down the middle of our defense. And we've done a good job all year preventing plays like that for the most part. And fortunately today he got that one in.
How much does it play into it that maybe like 95% of the quarterbacks can't make that throw?
Yeah, no, 95% don't. It's rare. Like I said, I felt like I was in a good spot to go steal it. The ball just carried, and he put on a rope. He put a 59 on a rope. You don't see that every day. And at the end of the day, I get paid to make that play. So I got to go make it. I got to go steal that and help our defense to be an eraser there. And I didn't. So I wear that one heavy. It's on me. And, I'm not too happy about that. But you don't get to have them back in pro sports. You get judged on one play at a time. And that one didn't go in my favor.
Logan, how frustrating it is in general that you guys keep on giving up those scores right before halftime? I know it's been an issue all year.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the beginning of the year that was the case. I think, recently we've been getting those 2-minute stops, game-winning drives, making some stops. So I think that's improved. I think that was a one-off. I think that was just a play that between me and Zay, we've made, and we just didn't make it today. And you got to give credit to Justin Herbert. Got to give credit to their staff throwing it 60 yards on 3rd and 9. They took a shot there, and just off the formation, I had good awareness that could be the play. And that's the most frustrating thing. I had some awareness that could be it, and I played for it. I just didn't make it. So that's the most frustrating thing. I wasn't caught off guard by it. So I don't know about the whole year and whatnot. I'm frustrated for the fans that travel. We got a great fan base that made it a trip. They traveled to Miami as well. My fans, my family back at home who are supporting for us. I just really felt like I let a lot of people down with that, but that's just the weight you bear when you're a captain in this position and you care about your job, you care about your livelihood, you care about it for the franchise. So it felt like I got to go get it back.
Logan, pretty much everybody has said that they really thought the week away was very beneficial. Did you think that was going to help on the field today in some way? Because obviously the performance on offense and defense was not the case.
Yeah, for sure. I thought it was beneficial. I thought we practiced hard. I thought we practiced well. I just think we didn't come out. We were giving up too many touchdowns at the beginning of the game. I mean, I don't know how many points we gave up in the first quarter. It was just too many. And then, I think by the second half when we tried to get some things under control, it was too much damage done early. So I think we got to come out and got to limit those touchdowns early in the game for sure.
Joe talked about how he thinks long range and how he sees his program, and even though some of the results on the field aren't showing it, you guys are making progress. As a player, how much do you see, and what do you see in that regard?
I think as a player, I just see taking ownership. Like I said, talking about the plays you gave up, and owning them, and that's Joe's job as the head coach. That's that's the front office's job to build a team for the long run or whatnot. As a player, in this day and age, you got to think of it game by game, day by day. That's how quickly it goes. Your story is written every game in this sport. So I just think, game by game, I'm proud of my guys in terms of sticking together out there. I just think we put ourselves in a bad spot early in the game, and that's not okay. That's not okay in our situation of the season. It's not okay for the fans, for the franchise. It's not okay how we came out and performed today.
When Joe's talking big picture, but also talking external perception versus internal, you guys can see what's being built internally. Is part of this blind faith for guys who haven't been part of the success? You have faith in Joe, you were with Joe, you won with Joe, but for a lot of people on this team, it's still where are the numbers? We want to get winning, we got to get winning, it's still kind of blind faith.
Yeah, you want to go out there and feel prepared to play the game. I feel like we were prepared to play the game. You want to feel confident in what you're doing. And you got to go execute. And obviously, that's the third and most important part. But that's what you trust in the coach staff to get you prepared to go play the game. And when you practice a play in practice and you see it in the game, you don't make it, that's on you. When some of our looks, our communication wasn't as good as they need to be, that's on us. I mean, some of the stuff was scheme. Some of the stuff is they have talent on offense as well, what they do. But, we have good players, and we didn't make the plays today. We didn't get the turnover today. We preached turnovers all week. We worked really hard at them, and we didn't get them. We didn't go punch those balls out or get them out the air. So for the guys that, you look around, I mean, you can only control what you can control, and you got to keep pushing forward. But we got to go make some of those game-changing plays just for our season, just for our franchise. That's the most frustrating part. Just you got to control what you can control. And today I didn't control that as well as I would like to, but having kids and being a father and being a role model to some of these kids, you got to keep pushing forward regardless and face the music because, fortunately I have another day here and I'm going to try to make the best of it.